Right? Math 87, lesson 24, page 136. This is reducing fractions part 2. Reducing fractions part 2. All right. We're going to do the same basic things, but we're going to do it in different ways, okay? We're going to reduce fractions. Fractions always need to be reduced. This one here, now these are all multiplication problems. We'll get there in a second. This is just a fraction, all right? Now when we're reducing fractions, you want to divide the top and the bottom by the same number. Easy way to start on this is if it ends in 0 and ends in 0, I can take that off because I'm dividing by 10, all right? Now, one way to do it here is to divide everything by 2. Okay, if I divide 42 by 2, 2 goes in here 2 times, 2 goes into 2 1 time. All right, 2 goes into 100 50 times. Okay, so that is reduced. There's nothing else to do there. Can't go any further down than that. All right? I'll just leave that there. This one over here, this is multiplying fractions, okay? And when you multiply fractions, now you can just go 9 times 2 is 18. Wow, if I could write it. 16 times 3. 6 times 3 is 18. 3, 4, so that's 48. But now you have this number here, and you have to reduce it. Okay, so going this way, you have to reduce this, and it's just a lot of work. Better way to do it is to see if you can cross cancel anywhere from the top to the bottom. Anywhere from the top to the bottom. Could be here or it could be sideways, all right? Doesn't matter. Right here, 3 goes into 3 once, 3 goes into 9 3 times. 2 goes into 2 once, 2 goes into 16 8 times. What you're left with here is 3/8. All right? If you reduce this one here, you divide the top by, I don't know, 6. You divide that by 6, you get 3. Divide this by 6, you get 8. It's still the same thing, 3/8. This is easier to do, smaller numbers. Over here, we got 3 of them. Again, anywhere top to bottom. Not side to side, just top to bottom. Okay, so we can go here. 3 goes into 3 once, 3 goes into 9 3 times, 5 goes into 5 once, it goes in here twice, 4 goes in here once, goes in here twice. Now, is there anything else, top to bottom? Yeah, these 2's here, once and once. Now, what's left on top? 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. On the bottom, 3 times 1 times 1, 3. As opposed to multiplying that whole thing out, getting a very big number, and then having to reduce it. Okay? Now, this down here. Again, before you multiply, don't multiply this. That's like the devil. Cross cancel and reduce everything you possibly can before you do anything else. All right? So I can take and I can divide this 27, I can divide it by 3. Right? 2 plus 7 is 9. 9 is divisible by 3. So we'll divide here by 3. It goes in 7 times. 3 goes into 6 twice, once. All right, let's just stay here. This is divisible by 7. This is divisible by 7. Once, 3. All right? Now 32 and 20. Let's divide by 2. 10 and 16. I can still divide by 2. 5 and 8. Now, I can't do any other division here, so I'm just going to multiply. 1 times 5 is 5. 8 times 3, 24. There's nothing else to do. Okay, before you multiply fractions, reduce, cross cancel, top to bottom, everywhere, all that you can. Never bottom to bottom, never top to top, but anywhere on the top to anywhere on the bottom, like this one over here, all right? Just reduce, 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 reduce. Continue going until there's nothing else you can reduce. This is 7 and 3. This is 5 and 2 and 10, 5 and 2, and you just can't do anything else, okay? So that's where you stop.